Well, it's on Ridealong, so it's happening here.
Came over here. What does it mean? You know, I grew up in what I guess you call a typical family.
We break all the stories, and that's just a fact. And that's why everyone has a story to tell.
Ridealong live, yeah, it's the real deal.
My name is Junior George, founder and host of Ridealong Live, and I'm inviting you to become a paid subscriber to this platform with your support of just $4.99 per month. You could do so much to help this platform grow and to help us help you and others around the world. We encourage you to click that link and become a supporter today. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Yeah. Ridealong Live. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to the ride, aka the glide. Ride, glide. Andrea. How you doing, my friend Andrea? Big up yourself, Lenora. I developed a rider's dance, you know. It goes like, yeah. Welcome, everyone. Who else? Hey, pleasant good morning, afternoon to Junior Benjamin, my namesake, Junior Benjamin. Hey, Rona Marshall, Sugar Love, Veronica Edwards, John C.M. Grant. Yeah, Wendy Charles, how you doing? Big up all yourself. Night Riders, Akim Lewis. Big up yourself. Thank you so much. Nelsia Charles, haven't seen you in a while. How are you? My namesake, Junior Benjamin. I guys gotta make sure that the audio is working. Johnny D. Leo. Pick up yourself. Jonas Antoine. Guys, as you come in, share up the thing and press share. As you come in, just press share. Sandra Lewis. Carl Jones. As you come in, just share and say I share. Wendy Charles, I know you're doing great. Yes. I have to share on a page. Where's that page? I have to share on that page. Hold on. Yeah, that's me doing the rider's dance. Jocelyn Langine. Anybody celebrating birthdays? Before I start, I want to shout out someone that's celebrating a birthday or anniversary or some kind of special something special. Rhonda, Julian, big up yourself, Rhonda. Thank you so much, Rhonda, for locking it down. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. Nixon, I share. Christelle, thank you for sharing. Christelle Sampson. Akim, I'm not sharing until I get my potato pudding. I'm sorry. Akim, I have good news for you, Akim. Akim, I have good news for you. I have good news for you, Akim. Potato pudding coming up soon. All right, guys, let's go right into the program, right? Let's get right into the program. Let me also say big up to my technical director, Jacoby George. He is on master control today. That's my son, by the way. He is taking up this task of making sure. He said, Daddy, we need to upgrade. We need to make the thing look better. So he's responsible for making the thing look better. All right? Pearl, Sanantra, Fortune. Thank you so much. Samantha, Julian. Yeah, soon. All right, guys, let's go right into it. We ain't wasting no time. Before we start, I want you guys to, Kobe, put up the number for me. Put up the phone number, because I want you guys to lock that number in your phones, because we need your assistance. We need your assistance and your persistence. Sandra Belma John, thank you so much. How are you doing, my dear? We need your assistance and your persistence as always. Okay? Now, 2 days ago, I was contacted by a young lady. First of all, let me go back how we first got contacted. Someone contacted me and told me that they have a situation that they think that the only person that could really help in this situation is Ridealong. You see, she's a friend of a person who is going through major hardship. She shared with me her whole story, and I said to her, listen, I need to speak to that person. I don't want no secondhand information. I want you to give the person my information and have that person contact me directly. So, a little hours after, the person in question contacted me. Here is her story. She said she is living in a very terrible, deplorable condition in her home. Her house is dilapidated. It's mashed up. It messed up. It no good. It is terrible. So I said to her, send us some pictures so I could look at that dilapidated house you're speaking about. She went on and sent me the pictures. Olio, when I saw the pictures, you know, my heart hurt, my heart bleed, especially after when I found out that it was also kids living in that house with that mother. The house is in such a bad state. I swear, you can't even change your mind in that house, much less your clothes. If you jump up too much, the house falling down. There is a fridge under the house, and that fridge, I believe that fridge is what propping up the house. If they take away that fridge, I swear, that fridge falling down so. The house is about, on one side to the front, is about 6 feet high. So it has some height to it. So think about it. And you guys saw some of the pictures. So, as we do our due diligence, I send over one of our guys, our internal investigators, to check out. Before we air the story, we have to confirm that it's just not somebody pulling our legs. We have to make sure that it's legitimate. We got confirmation that, yes, in fact, the house is standing there and the house is confirmed to look as it is in the picture. It was enough evidence and due diligence for us to go ahead and post the story. I asked the young lady, please send us a voice note because we need to get you some help. And I know how Ridealong viewers are very passionate about helping. That's why I love you guys so much. You guys always help out because we understand the benefit of paying it forward. So she sent me the voice note and I shared the voice note. I'm going to play the voice note. For those of you who didn't hear the voice note, I'm going to play back the voice note so you guys could hear exactly what was said on this voice note. Check it out. Now, after many failed attempts to contact the parliamentarian to try to get her some assistance so she could move the house, as was promised to her, it just never happened. She had to try to piece back the house in little pieces or whatever the case might be. Now the house is standing by the grace of God. Now, as I said, our unwavering commitment to the community is try to bring light to this type of stories to see how we could get our community support to help in situations like these. I want you guys to listen to this story. And anyone that is in a position to help, we urge, please contact us and we'll put you in touch with this young lady so her and her children could at least sleep good at night. This is her story, her heartbreaking story that she shared with us.
Junior, it's been since 2018 the man make me break my house and bring it up here. The house stay on the ground and it's for 6 months. He tell me break it the weekend and come to him the Wednesday. I break it the weekend, I go to him the Wednesday, he turn and tell me he cannot help me because the money for St. John area has finished. So my same friend who linked you there, she linked me up with her mother place to rest off for a while. I rest off there for a while and I wait until the year started. That was October 2018. I wait until the year started to go back and check Dabreo. Go back and check Dabreo, they're telling me the same thing. And for the whole 4 years, it's the same thing over and over. This year is the 5th year and I still can't get a house up. Right? So I had to take all my old materials that had rotten on the ground and stuff like that, and I get somebody to put up that for me so I could have store my things and them on the inside. Understand? I going around and rent. I was with a friend and he's not helping, so I left him and the rent money and stuff like that. I ain't go back out to work. I'm under the Imani program. I cannot get a loan and them kind of things like that. I'm not placed anywhere working as yet. My situation is that the house falling on me and them children, and it's 6 feet high at the front, and it's where you see the wood break, that is at the front, the height of the house. When the night come, I can't even sleep. He's so frustrated, I have a friend, there's a gentleman that I made friend with, and he said that he and the boss, the minister is good. So last week Wednesday, I went to the minister. I went back to him in January, and they keep telling me, they keep bubbling me and making stupidness with me. So I spoke to the man, and the man told me he's gonna talk to Dabreo for me because he and him is friends. And he went and speak to Dabreo the beginning of February, the first week in February, first Wednesday in February. And Dabreo and him telling me that okay, they go send the brigade and check the house and stuff like that for me. And we there in the 2nd week, going on the 3rd week in February, and he never sent nobody up to this moment to check the house for me. Junior, I really don't know. I have a 14 months child living with me and a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old living with me. It's very devastated for us, the situation, and that I ain't go back out to work. My salary when I go back out to work is $1,000. For now, I'm only getting $500. And out of that $500, NIS have to take out what they have to take out. So I only end up with 4 something at the end of the month. It's really tough for me. I don't know, Mas, can you please, in the name of God, if there's any way you could try and assist me and them children, I'll be really grateful, Junior. I'll be so grateful. When the rain coming, we're getting wet. Breeze blowing in water inside. We have some drips. People passing in and out from my situation. I don't know. I'm living right by the road. This minister isn't it really heartless. There is another woman living next side me. They help her build her house. And I think every month they just give them at least $300 to $400 groceries, or $200 grocery and 200 in their hand, and I'm living right here. And these people don't ask me a question. I don't know. I just wish I was in position that I could able to help myself in this calamity. It's very devastating. The flooring, some of the pictures you see, you could recognize it. Mwah. That's the picture though. That's the flooring below the house. Mwah. The flooring below the house. We could almost go through the flooring. Could apply rotten off. Oh God. Oh, I don't know. God, please. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It is a terrible situation, and it's only worsening by the day. Something need to change. The living condition for her and her children need to change. All right, so that was her story. And the most touching part for me, was to know that the kids are there. The kids are in the house, right? Now, let me also say that in this politicized environment that we're in, everybody is like sticking to their corner. This was and is never meant to be, for us at least, some kind of political get back at anybody. Ridealong doesn't support or endorse any particular political party. So for us, this is not political. We saw this as an emergency. We saw this as a situation that demanded immediate attention. I don't care. I didn't care what or who, minister, person, what or who or where, what part, what constituency. That don't matter to me. Never mattered to me. What mattered to me when I heard that voice note, and I'm sure some of you heard it as well, is that the situation that her kids are being forced to live in. Now, the kids are being asked to be in this situation. That's the situation that they're in. So nothing political on our end at all. Nevertheless, we also believe that if we give her an opportunity to share her story, primarily on the premise of getting assistance, and she mentioned a person's name, is only right and just that the person defend themselves. So today, about a half an hour or so ago, I did get an opportunity to sit and chat with Minister Alvin Dabreo, who is the parliamentary elected representative for St. John's. And I am going to play back the conversation that I had with Mr. Dabreo. Again, let me say umpteen times, there's always three sides to a story. There is her side, there is his side, and somewhere in between there lies the truth, somewhere, right? But it's right. It is right that we hear Mr. Dabreo's position because Mr. Dabreo's name was called. Now, after we posted this as well, we got a lot of feedback from the community, people saying that Mr. Dabreo is an honorable man and Mr. Dabreo helped out a lot of people. There are people that are, again, using this as a political agenda push, but this is not what this is about. So let's play back Mr. Dabreo's response to this story in pieces. All right, let's go. Again, this is a pre-recorded interview just with Mr. Dabreo. We just had it about half an hour. So as much as we believe in everyone sharing their story here on the ride, we also believe that everyone has the right to defend themselves whenever allegations are waged against them. So yesterday we broke a story that went viral on Ridealong Live, involving a young lady seeking assistance for the rebuilding of her house, which is dilapidated. It's falling apart. So our initiative was to see how we could seek assistance. But this minister name was called, and in all right, I believe that he has the obligation and right to defend himself. So help me introduce here Minister Dabreo, parliamentary elected official for St. John's. Mr. Dabreo, welcome to the ride. Thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me here to give my side.
Yes. So let's go. This information circulated yesterday, as I said earlier at the top, where the young lady alleged that you promised her that you would provide assistance for the rebuilding of her home, and she been trying to find ways in which she could get this assistance, but it has not been forthcoming. How did this whole thing transpire?
In the first place, I never told this lady to break her house. She came to my office about 4 years ago, and she said she went to housing to get some assistance to move her house. She was living in a different constituency. I think it was St. George Northwest in Busasia. So she said where she was living, they give her notice to have to move. So she break the house and she went to housing to get some money for transportation. But the program, she said, they told her it does not cover that. So I asked her how much would the truck cost? And she told me, and I took my wallet and I gave her the money for the truck out of my own pocket, not government funds. And I haven't seen or heard from her since. Only about maybe about 2 months ago, thereabouts, a friend of mine said that this lady is living in a poor condition. And she said, I told her to break her house and I would give her a new one. And I tell him, I said, this is totally false because I cannot promise government funds or give anybody that belongs to government. I cannot and I will not do that. So I told him that is not true, but I would still, if she is living in a poor state, I would still see what I could do, right? And then I called the housing officer because the housing officer do not work in my office and she works with the Ministry of Social Affairs and Housing. So this is not in my ministry, but I called to see if they could help her. But then the housing officer informed me that sometimes about 4 years ago, she came and then they told her they cannot fund the transportation, but they could help put up the house for her. So when she came and told them she's ready, the brigade went there. Then the brigade realized that the materials that she have cannot build a house. So they told her the procedure to go. But at that time, I understand she moved in with her boyfriend, so she was not interested anymore. So she just she got somebody to put up the materials that she had on the ground, right? Which is what you're seeing. So it wasn't any professional job. And she was not living there. And this stayed in the elements for about 4 years. And it's got even worse. So when the boyfriend, she got pregnant and they had a child for him. So sometimes after, whatever they had, he put her out. Right. And again, I can see our gentleman would put his child out if he and the girlfriend has problem. But anyways, that's between them. So she did not come to me. She went to housing and said she want a house that's 20 by 18. The housing officer said that if it's a house that you want, they only could give you one that's 10 by 16. So if you want one bigger, you would have to put the excess materials. She said, that's what the housing officer told me, all she wants is a house this size, and she's not settling for anything else. She said on your program, she came to me in January, and I told her that there is no money in the program. Again, that's totally false, because January is when the budget starts. So that's when the program would have funds. And again, if she'd come to me for housing, I would direct her to the housing officer, because social services and housing have their own office involved. It's not in my office, right? So there is anybody that comes, that's where they are directed. I said, I'm sorry for her case, but it has nothing to do with me, as she's saying. As a matter of fact, all I've done for her was help her, and even out of my own funds. And as I say, we are still prepared. I am, and I hope that housing would still help. But when I check, she do not have any application. She never applied. She just spoke and said what she want. But there is a process, and you have to come in with your estimate and a passport size picture to apply for that program, which is a house repair through the Ministry of Social Services. The housing officer told me that she informed her that if she wants a house that size, government has another program through the Grenada Housing Authority, which is a soft loan, and she would qualify because she is in the money program. So that's where she could go. I am not sure if she went to the Grenada Housing Authority. I have no knowledge. But as for her coming to my office and making those allegations is totally false. So right. I'm here to clear the air.
Right. So you're saying that as was proposed, you didn't speak to her or give her any kind of reassurance that she could get assistance from you. She never came seeking that assistance at that time.
No. The only assistance she came to me for was for transportation, because she had a house on the ground which she broke, and she got some land that was promised to her in Whitegate, and she needed the help to bring the house there. And I did from my pocket give her money to pay the transportation. That time the house was already broken, according to her.
In a typical situation where we have a mother that is displaced with kids, in your constituency, what allocation, what assistance would be provided for someone like that? Because she's living in a deplorable situation. I've seen her house. There's a fridge that's holding the house upright. Minus that fridge, the house is going to collapse.
Mm-hmm.
What allocation made for someone like that?
The Ministry of Social Services have social workers, right? That would work with her, see what the case is, and the Housing and Social Services is in the same ministry. So if her case is genuine, right? If it's serious, they would put her up in the Bailey home, which is there for these emergency situations. If it's not serious, then they could allocate her, because they have housing units available for situations like, right? But the social worker has to review her case, make sure it's legitimate, and then they will do that. These things are not done by my office at all. It's through the Ministry of Social Services, and the Ministry of Social Services has an office involved and a social worker that would deal with her case.
You said a key word there. If it is genuine, what other reasons you think would she come forward at this point in time to make these allegations, especially against you as a minister?
Well, I cannot speak for her, so I don't know what motivation she has or who is motivating her to come forward. But I know the churches in Grenada also help people. So there's other agencies that would help people that in desperate situations, if they find that you really need it. So those organizations have the expertise. They also have access to counselors, psychiatrists, if whatever the person needs, that they would give them those services. So, and they would see if it's genuine or not, because you have cases where it's not genuine. Many times people come, and I've seen it many times, people try to rip off the system. Some people believe that government has unlimited funds that they could just spend on anything like that. But if you do that, like in my case, I have obligation, right, to protect the taxpayers' money, right? So if I'm making any recommendation, right, I would let the experts deal with it, because I don't make it on my own. If it's a case that I see that needs something, what I could do, I would lobby for them. But it's the experts that make those determinations.
But when you walk past in your constituency, when you walk past the road and you see that house there, is there anything not genuine about a house that's dilapidated with kids and people staying inside of it?
In the first place, that house, when she put up that 4 years ago, nobody was living there. It was empty. She was not there.
Right. But she's there now, and the kids are there now, and the kids are innocent for all of this.
Yeah, she's only there now because they put her out from where she was. And as I said, if she go to social services, they have resources and things to deal with these cases. She don't have to live there. Right? They have the means and the whereabouts to deal with that.
So we are saying right now, if in a situation, because I'm sure she may not be the only person that may go through hardship, probably in a impoverished situation where whether she get mixed up with someone that they no longer in a relationship anymore, whatever the situation, but people get impoverished and they find themselves in a situation. If someone is watching right now and they're in a similar situation, what is the recommendation for someone? Because I'm sure that I'm going to get more calls on this.
Right. But it is if the individual we're speaking about, they have an income because they are in the money program, and the money gives you a stipend. And there are many people in the money program that lives on that stipend and manage their affairs. So in her case, if they say she cannot live with that stipend, there might be a reason why. She probably might have other expenses. I do not know. But she is getting an income that she could help herself with. But anybody that in these situations, I say that's what the Ministry of Social Services are there. And you have also the churches that have programs to help people that find themselves in situations like that. And even I myself have helped many people, right, and advise them, how to, other programs that we have to better themselves. I've done so. But again, you have to have a will to better yourself. Because as we know, they say that God help those who help themselves. So you have to have a will, and there's many programs there to help you better yourself. And I'm sure if she's interested and go about it the right way, she will get help. I would help her, because once I realize it's a genuine need, I will. But as I say, I helped her 4 years ago. I haven't seen her since. All of a sudden, she is coming and making those allegations about me. But at the same time, I don't know if it's she that's doing it or if she's getting advice. Somebody is trying to use her to do that.
Well, what would be the motivation of someone instigating her?
Because
this is not, and I'm getting the feeling, I'm getting the vibe that it is leaning political, because we're in a political sphere. It's leaning political. But to come on a program like Ridealong, which I think that I am the least politicized person, because I don't have any horse in the race. I don't support any political organization. Why use this platform? Why you think you would use this platform to go on a pro platform with campaign and campaign over there?
Right, because exactly that's why. If she comes on a legitimate, a licensed network in Grenada, right?
Use that legitimacy word lightly, okay?
Well, yeah, legitimate means that you're properly licensed to operate are frequently in Grenada
Right.
for distribution of public information, like I do with my radio station. We have a responsibility. And if anybody comes there, we usually have to check to make sure it's true, because we are liable to be sued. But in a case with you there, you out, I think, out in New York, and you're on it. So I'm not sure what broadcast license that you have, but it's difficult for a lawyer in Grenada, and it will be very expensive. So it's easy, right? Because your program is listened here. So it's easy for someone to use that platform, especially if they're using inaccuracies, right? To use that platform to tarnish people. But they know if they do it locally on a local network, it's because the operators of the network know that they could be sued. So they have to be very careful when they making accusations of people or calling them name. So I think she's well advised in using your platform. So it's because she's shielded by that.
We've been doing this for quite a number of time, and sometimes I have to shake my head and say, I don't understand, why is it that people could find me in New York and sometimes can't even find a parliamentary elected official on the ground? It's hard.
Well, I can answer that. I know I'm very easy to find. I'm in my constituency every Wednesday in St. John, in Ngov. On Friday, I'm in Concord. I'm in Black Bay. Everybody, I give out my number. I do not hide my phone number from anyone. Anyone come to my office, the secretary would give them my number. So I'm very, very, very accessible, right? So I cannot speak for other politicians, but I know this MP here is very accessible, and anyone in the constituency that wants to find me, know where to find me. Because a lot of times I'm being waked up in the morning. People that need gas, they need something for their children, right? They know they find me at my home. So I know that I am accessible.
Right. Mr. Dabreo, thank you for taking the opportunity to clear the air on this story right here. We appreciate you. Is there anything else in particular you wanted to address as it relates to that story?
Well, I wish her well, and I hope that she would get the help that she deserves. And anything that I can do, I will definitely do so. And I say I thank you for the opportunity, and I hope I would see more of you. And I would like people like you with your expertise to come down here and work with us. Let's build our country.
Well, I don't have to be there. I do a lot of work from here, Mr. Dabreo, and I'm always in Grenada, by the way. I'm always in Grenada, but I am right here. I think, whether I'm here or I'm not, I still think I could make a contribution, and we have been making a contribution.
I quite agree, but you know that a virtual hug is not the same as a hug in person.
You should watch my video where we are washing clothes in the river. You should watch it. I shared that video with you just the other day. Washing clothes in the road. Thank you. All right, so I decided to have it uncut. I decided that I wasn't going to cut the interview, truncate the interview. But that was Mr. Dabreo's response to these allegations. All right, let me first put up the number, because a whole lot was said, totally contradicting the initial story, totally contradicting how or what the lady said in reference to the assistance that she was supposed to get from Mr. Dabreo. All right. Let me also say that before you guys start a call, let me also say that that doesn't mean in any way, shape, or form that the young lady don't need the assistance. She is living in a deplorable condition with her kids, and this is her current living situation. All right, so let's open up the phone line. On that note, let me open up the phone line, 718-701-5720. You heard the story. You heard Mr. Dabreo. Now I want to hear you guys. I want to hear you guys calling, and let's have this conversation right here. 718-701-5720. Let me open up the phone lines right now to get your views on what you just heard. All right, phone lines are wide open right now. All right, officially, phone lines are open. 718-701-5720. Mr. Dabreo defending and said that he never told the young lady to break her house. When she came to him for assistance, he rendered assistance. He gave her some cash out of his pocket, and he didn't see or hear from her not until about 4 years after, when he heard that she was living in this deplorable condition. All right, but he never told her to break her house, pending any kind of assistance, as the young lady stated there. So again, a lot. So you guys just not gonna call? You guys just want my opinion only? You guys don't want to put your opinion on this? You could call on WhatsApp or you could call straight. Okay, got a call on the line. Caller, your line, where you calling us from?
Assistance as the young lady speaks.
Hello? Caller, listen to me on the phone line. Listen to me on the phone line. Just turn down your audio, your background, and listen to me on the phone line.
Yes.
All right, go ahead, caller.
Top Scotty.
Hey, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. First of all, you are the parliamentary representative of the constituency.
Right.
You drive past that road every day, forward and backward, to and from wherever, taking care of your business. You seeing somebody like that, even have kids. Where's your heart as a human being? Forget politics, just as a human being. The right thing to do as a human being, a representative of your constituency. Where is your love for humanity first? To come on your program and speaking this garbage. This garbage. Listen to that little voice note to you. She's a voice crying out for help. For heaven's sake, a voice crying for help. How do people sleep at night? It's people that are voted to get elected into office. Forget all this story. Whatever she do, her boy personal life, she needs help now. She got kids. Look at the condition of this home.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And caller, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, and what's your thoughts about, he mentioned about finding out if the story is legitimate, and the legitimacy of the story. What's your take on that claim? I mean, you rightfully said, when you walk past the house, you see the house standing right there. It's deplorable. It's mashing up.
The evidence are there. The refrigerator holding up this structure. The evidence are there. What reason? Okay, what can motivate her to lie about something like that? She needs the help. She needs the help. Look at this bill. Look at this structure, man. Look at this. Or people need to wake up in Grenada, bro. Like, this is serious business. We are in 2022. They need to wake up. We need to start elect people that care about people and putting people first. Come on. Talking about pay what? Do your job. Do what people put in office to do. Man, this is crazy. Thank you.
All right, thank you, caller. 718-701-5720. I want your take on this. If you're calling from Grenada or if you're calling from overseas, long distance, you could call on the WhatsApp. We'll be able to pull you in as well. Or if you want to call directly on the phone line, it's 718-701-5720. And we're talking about this issue, a story that we broke on the Ridealong just 2 days ago that went viral. We're taking your views on it. Caller, live, where are you calling us from?
Hello?
Hi, caller. Where are you calling us from?
Hi. Junior, as Dabreo is a representative, he's supposed to take care of all his people that are in this parish. The man does leave and go right there on the beach and bathe, and the house is right there. He could see everything what's going on. This man does lie. I know people that go to this man for a walk, and when they go there, he tell them yes, come back, and when they go, they don't get no walk. That man does lie. He doesn't help nobody. Once, sorry to say, the word I want to say, you should not go, if young people have to get help, and they go to get help, they have to must open their foot to get the help. And this is what's happening.
No,
thank you.
All right, caller. 718-701-5720, guys. We're taking your call on reaction to what you just heard. You heard both sides of the story, and I think it's important. I think it's very important, in fact, that whenever you have any allegation that's waged against someone else, that person should give them the opportunity to respond, and that's what we did here today, giving Mr. Dabreo an opportunity because his name was called in on that story. Caller, you live. Where are you calling us from?
Yes, I'm calling from Brooklyn, New York.
Yes, go ahead, Brooklyn.
Yes, I just have a couple questions. Is $500 the legal pay in what is the legal wage in Grenada?
I don't know what is the legal minimum wage in Grenada.
All right, but I just think that $500 is crazy. Also, he said that he only met her 4 years ago at his office, but he knows about her 12-month-old child.
I didn't hear what you say, caller.
Is he keeping tabs on her?
I didn't hear what you say.
I'm saying that he said that he only met her 4 years ago one time.
Yes.
But he mentioned about her 12-month child and her problems with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend put her out, and he doesn't know why her boyfriend doesn't keep her in there. I don't understand what's going on. As a caring minister, now that you know about the situation, the most caring thing to do wouldn't be to just forget about everything else that's going on,
right?
And just help her out.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
And what is this? What is this about the lawsuit? Is he threatening you? Is that what's going on right now?
No, I just think, I mean, hey, I welcome if there is to be a lawsuit against the platform. A lot of people have threatened lawsuits, but that's all it is, a threat. I don't think he's serious about that.
I just find this situation to be really insane. And for a minister to come on a platform like yours, a platform that has such a reach like yours, to come and embarrass us like this is outrageous. And I'm not just saying this because we're in a political era right now. It's embarrassing, Junior. It really is.
Yeah. Thank you, caller, for your input on this topic right here.
Have a good day.
All right, thanks. 717-015-720. The word might be intimidation, and that is not something that that we are not intimidated by bringing out stories based on claims of lawsuit, claims of any kind of suit whatsoever. So let's jump back to the phone lines. Caller, you live on the WhatsApp. Go right ahead. Caller on the WhatsApp, go right ahead. Hello? Hello, caller, turn down your background.
Oh, okay.
And speak to me on the phone. Just turn down your TV, whatever, and just speak to me directly on the phone.
Better?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Take me off a speakerphone. If you have me on speaker, take me off a speaker. I'm getting a horrible feedback.
Is better?
Yeah, try now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, it's not on speaker.
No, go ahead, caller. I'm listening to you. Listen to me on the phone line. And speak.
Yes, I'm listening to you now.
All right, go ahead.
My thing is, I think this minister is taking this on more like a personal level. Because, I mean, for something to happen like this at the moment, you would mostly be focusing on, okay, how can we get some food items for the young lady at the moment, if they have any, clothing and stuff at the moment, because you can clearly see the situation. You saw the video, you saw which other evidence you need. You more focus on what a minister doing, knowing about food. I've never seen this in my life, and I'm a young woman. I've never seen a minister focus on and actually calling out somebody's personal situation. It's more like on a personal level to me, like he knows something else.
Yes.
He's not focused on getting materials, finding out. If he's talking about, okay, he wants to make sure go ahead. Let's set up a meeting tomorrow and come and find the lady. I guess you know she know her. Find where she is. Let's look about materials and everything. That's what we need to be focused on. You understand? That's not good enough. I'm shocked. This is not good.
All right. Thank you, caller, for your input. All right.
No problem.
718-701-5720. We're taking your call live on air in reaction to the story that we broke here on the ride. And we just heard the minister's response to it. We have a call on the line. Caller, go right ahead.
Good night, Junior.
Hey,
Thank you for taking my call.
No problem.
Good night to your listening audience.
Yes.
So I have a few points to make. First of all, Mr. Dabreo was elected to be the parliamentary representative for the entire parish of St. John. So the fact that he is more into this media-like culture by highlighting the woman's personal issues and not her actual needs baffles me. It doesn't matter if she has a boyfriend, if she does not have a boyfriend, she's in need. And you showed us the evidence. So he's trying to figure out how legitimate, or he's asking you to find out how legitimate her story is. I think it's a low blow. Mr. Dabreo lives in St. John's. And so the house is located in St. John's. And he has a responsibility to tailor to the needs of his constituents. No excuses. I'm not understanding it. And you see the issue here of lawsuits and suing and so on. This is a simple strategy to silence people from highlighting the issues in the country. That's the problem. What did she say that is so wrong that Mr. Dabreo is speaking of suing and lawsuits? What did she say? What did you say in the interview? What did you show in the interview that warrants the lawsuits and suing? Listen, Grenadians, you have to wake up. We have a right, we have an obligation to speak on issues. And no talk about lawsuit or suing should deter us from speaking the issues. The young lady is a mother of 3 and is in need of help, and it is Mr. Dabreo's responsibility to ensure that she gets the help she needs. After all, they are spending taxpayers' dollars. This is not money from his own pocket. He said he took money out of his own pocket. How are we so sure that the money he took out of his pocket is not part of the constituency allowance? Because somebody takes money out of their own pocket doesn't mean the money belongs to them. I'm just saying. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, caller. Appreciate your input. 718-701-5720. We got a caller on the phone lines. Caller on the phone line. Caller on the phone line, go right ahead.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, caller on the phone line. Go right ahead.
Yes, Junior. I am from St. John's, but I live in New York. And I can say to you, anyone that has to traverse through that area, anyone that leaves St. George's, once you leave Grand Roy and go across to the stretch that leads onto White Gate to go onto Palmis, this house is in your line of sight. You cannot miss it. No sane individual who is driving and this ends up in his or her peripheral vision could miss that house on the side. So it's a poor excuse he's giving for not seeing this as a legitimate situation to be sorted out. And he must draw reference. And that is something I'll listen to. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of vexed that he wasn't live.
Yeah.
To speak about wondering if the situation is genuine or not, and this and that. Junior, these people give out, and he's speaking about housing and whatnot. These people give away material from the constituency office around election time. That is not they say. Anybody that lives in St. John's could tell you that. This is a big joke to him. I'm talking about Sue and all this thing. Junior, I mean, let me just ask you a question. Mm-hmm. You honestly believe someone who needs that type of assistance has 3 kids to take care of could honestly manage the situation with a salary or a stipend. Let me be correct. With a stipend that brings you less than $500 after NIS. You honestly believe loan alone is something that she needs?
Yeah.
Come on, man. We could do better than that.
And even with the soft loan, you still have to, somebody had to pay it back. Money had to be allocated.
Exactly. We could do better than that. But you see, when material have to end up under people who align with them, when material have to end up under the house, and you have to pass as a community member and watch gravel wash down that unused, watch sand that cover down, and dog shitting in wash down, and though you use and material cover on that tarpaulin and all these things, and them semen getting hard because it's fronting and who they feel to give when they're ready. All these things and them must not be important to him.
Yeah.
And that is why he takes the anger that he's taking. Don't let nobody fool you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
All right, thank you, caller. We appreciate your input. We got another caller on the line. Caller, you are live. Caller, you live. Go right ahead.
Hello, good afternoon. In light of what I heard
Mosquito,
the minister said.
Mosquito, you're echoing a little bit. You're echoing a little bit. I don't know if you have me as speaker.
Oh.
You there?
Yeah.
Call on the phone line, standby. Mosquito man, go right ahead.
Yeah, so in relation to what I heard Dabreo said,
yes,
right, I would simply say without any apology that I'm deeply, deeply disappointed, right? And I would also say that it seems like the minister practically getting satisfaction seeing that particular person in his constituency suffer. You understand? Because I cannot see to myself knowing that somebody is suffering and somebody is in dire need, right? And you would see to yourself where you would talk about you have different channels that they would have to go to and they would have to go through, and you have churches, and I mean that is ludicrous. That is absurd and barbaric to be hearing a minister speaking like that. You have to do what you got to do, what you are being paid to do, right? What you are elected to do as a minister, and get it done without any favorism and without any form of the word is not coming. You understand? But I think as a minister, you have to reach out to that particular individual because she's in dire need. She is in dire need. And these are the things we need to get right in this dear country here. Too much a partisan. You understand? We need to get it right, and we need to get it right now. Because here we have an individual, because it could happen to any one of us. Any one of us. You understand? It could happen to any one of us. And this is very, 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 very bad. Mr. Dabreo, you lose points. That is my contribution.
All right, thank you so much, Mosquito Man. Let's jump back to the phone lines. We have someone on the phone line right now. Caller on the phone line. Go right. Hold on. Caller on the phone line. Go right ahead.
Hey, Junior. What's going on? Spiceman again.
Hey, yeah.
So I've been listening to the program. Listen to the young lady, and then I listened to Mr. Dabreo today. And I'm very, very disappointed in Mr. Dabreo. First of all, I ain't no NMP and I ain't no NDC, so tell them don't come and look for me. They're real far. They can't find me. But this is just disappointing. You come on a program, a lady came up here and made an allegation, because that's what we have to call it, certain things that she spoke to you, she reached out to you for help. And as a minister, as a government official who could help her, you come on a program here and trying to discredit her for one, and trying to bring her down. And I know he can help. I have ministers in Grenada that we went to school together, and I speak to them, and I know people that reach out to them for help for stuff to help them build their houses and stuff like that. He could help her. One phone call, and he could help her, give her some material, organizing the community so people in the community could go out there and help her build that house. I see it done before. I'm born and grew in Grenada. I don't know what happened in Grenada. He talked about Imani program. Imani program is modern day slavery. And I'm going to say it. People are scared to say it, but I'm going to say it. The Imani program is modern day slavery. Look where we're in the 21st century and you're still paying people $900 and $600 a month to feed a family. The lady need help. Just help her. Don't come on that program and try to sue somebody or to discredit her. You are the guy that can help her. Just reach out to her. He should have been like, you know what? I heard the program. I heard what she say. Put his number out there. Say, call me tomorrow, whenever, and I'm going to try to give you some help. That's what he should have done. Instead of coming on your program and trying to campaign. That's all he tried to do today, to campaign with his sorry self. You know, I'm really disappointed with these politicians and them in Grenada. If they can't use you, then they don't need you. But you know what? Somebody gonna help her. And like we say, we have a diaspora in New York. Like you said yesterday, people could reach out and we're gonna help that lady because they ain't gonna help her. I promise you right now, he's gonna block her and blackball her everywhere he can. And that's his goal today. Right. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Thank you so much, caller. We appreciate your input on this topic. Let me also say, guys, keep the calls coming. But let me also say that yesterday, after the story broke, we were able to get her. We got a lot of calls. She did get a lot of calls, and so people are heeding the call and contacting her and reaching out to help. All right, let's jump to the next caller. Caller, live. Where you calling us from?
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, caller.
I'm calling. I find everybody calling and bash Minister Dabreo. But this very sad young lady was given a job by Minister Dabreo in order was to help herself. And the next issue I have, she is not from the parish of St. John. So how that become Minister Dabreo's problem? Because she came to live in St. John. They reached out to her and tried helping her. She was living with a man. She left and go and live in St. Mark and come back and expect Minister Dabreo to help her build her house. But what am I saying? When she went to St. Mark's, why didn't she ask for help in St. Mark's? Why she only depend on Minister Dabreo to build her house? She was given a job. You given a job. She was supposed to help herself.
I think the question is not why she's reaching out to Mr. Dabreo or anybody. She's just reaching out for help.
I never said she reaching out to Mr. Dabreo. And whole day this thing was on my mind to call you because I'm very upset about it. She was given a job to help herself. She was supposed to apply herself and make life better for her and her kids.
Right.
Why sit there and depend on the government to give you handouts all the time and want to come and ride along and bash the man? I'm very disappointed in you too because I think you had all right to investigate the matter before she bashed the minister and everybody is still bashing him. And I'm very upset about it because Mr. Dabreo is doing a lot for St. John's more than any other politician that's been in politics in St. John's. And she coming from nowhere, St. George's area.
Yeah.
Come here and expect all these things to happen for her. She doesn't even have a land in St. John's.
Okay.
Where they go build a house for?
Let's break it down a little bit. First of all, we did investigate this issue. We sent someone to the house.
So you must know that she doesn't have a piece of land in St. John's.
Hold on. My concern is probably not your concern or other people who see this through a political lens. I ask myself, and you ask yourself the same question. Does this young lady need help or not? Does she need help or not? No. Just answer that. We go talk about all the other things.
She needs help, but she needs to help herself.
Point blank period.
She needs to help herself.
But there are situations
and she
where
was
people
given the opportunity to help herself.
We just take it one step at a time. Does she need the help? Yes, she needs the help. Currently,
Junior, don't try to get me wrong, but listen, I know for a fact she was given a job to help, she said, and she left the job and go. She left the job. I could attest to that. She left the job, and you could ask her.
Right.
She left the job.
So does she wants to be in this position that she's in. She
wants to be in the position.
She wants to be impoverished in a house that's about to fall down with her 2 children in it. That she wants to be there.
Just go back to the house. She was not living there. They was living on Diamond Street in St. Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Ask her. If you investigated, you would have known that.
Now
She went and lived here on Diamond Street in St. Mark.
Okay. Here's
And
two
the
things.
very said person she said wasn't helping her pay the rent because of her disrespectfulness. The landlord asked the guy that she had to leave, and he could stay because she's very disrespectful.
Right.
But anyhow,
at the
thanks
end
for
of the
having
day-
me on the program. But
Okay, no
I
problem.
think young people
Okay.
in Grenada need to help themselves. They don't need to depend on handouts.
Okay.
And she knows that.
Okay, thank you, caller.
Good
I
night.
appreciate you. All right, good night. All right. Caller, you live? Where you calling us from? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Go ahead,
Hi.
caller. Where you calling us from?
Yes, I'm calling from Grenada.
Yes, go right ahead.
I'm lost. I'm really lost for words. When I listen to this last caller trying to defend the minister,
I think your sheep or your goat in the background, they have something to say as well. They definitely have something on his mind.
Okay. Oh, you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you better now. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm saying when I heard this last caller trying to defend the minister, it just shows how twatted our minds are at present in Grenada. She talking about handouts. The minister said in your asking him question, he said that people call him early morning for gas. So is the government or the ministers that have created the dependency, Tim Jones, that people even have to call them for gas? And then it seems to me that he's trying to advocate that there is some political tone in this or some political, thing. But the evidence is so clear. You have the building being shown. You see the condition of the house. The lady says she's working for $500. She was working and she's not working anymore, right? What other evidence do we need to see that this is a young lady who is crying out for help, right? I think as a concerned citizen, we have to do better than that.
Yes.
And it is time for us to demand from our elected officials. And it doesn't matter where she come from, whether she come from St. George's or she go. Come on, she's a Grenadian.
Yeah.
And any part of this country that she choose to dwell in, then the obligation is on those who are in authority to provide what necessary help people are in need of. Bottom line, there is no political agenda in that as far as I'm seeing. So don't try to give a political tone to make people feel like this is politically motivated.
Yes.
Grenada needs to, come on, we deserve better than that. We need to do better than that. And I guess as much that all these are happening as eye-openers so Grenadians can do better.
All right, thank you, caller. And you talk the truth. That ain't no sheep talk. That's the truth. 718-701-5720. We're taking your call right here. We're taking your call right here. I have my Jacoby's just catching a fit over there. You okay, Kobe? That ain't no sheep talk, Kobe. That is real stuff. 718-701-5720. Let's get your voice on this. See if I got a call on the phone. Nah. We still open up the phone lines. I was saying earlier, guys, that so after the program aired yesterday, we probably got like about 50-something calls that we directed to her. We're not involved in creating any kind of GoFundMe. In fact, we don't get involved in any kind of GoFundMe. However, we found out earlier today that, well, someone said that they saw a GoFundMe in her name that she did not create. And someone somehow is making money off of this. So we're saying that if you see a GoFundMe up with her name on it, in reference to this particular incident, please do not contribute to it. She has no knowledge of it. I've been giving people her numbers directly if you want to help. And we have an oversee, someone that's going to oversee that whatever donations, whatever assistance that is given, that it goes towards the actual project. All right. So again, do not support or make any payments to any GoFundMe page. It's not sanctioned by her. She didn't create it, and she doesn't know anything about it. All right, 718-701-5720. We're taking your call right here on the phone lines or on the WhatsApp. If you're calling from any part of the Caribbean, a long distance, you could call on the WhatsApp. Again, we live reacting to the comments that was made earlier today by Mr. Dabreo interview that we just did with him, and in response to allegations that was made in a post that went viral on Ridealong 2 days ago. And as I said, always we believe in being very transparent about our stories. We went out and we had somebody monitor the fact that the house is in fact standing there with a big fridge at the bottom of the house, and that is what propping up the house. As I said earlier, when you're in the house, you can't even change your mind too hard because the house might fall down. The truth and the fact is, she is living in a deplorable condition. The truth and the fact is, the kids are also living there. And regardless of if you're NNP, NDC, East Side, West Side, I don't know, she needs assistance. The kids didn't ask to be in this position. God forbid, tonight, a little wind blow and the house fall down. The house 6 feet up from the ground in the front. A little wind blow, the house fall down, the kids inside while they sleep, something happened to them. Then we are going to say, oh, if I did and if I did. We have no time right now to ask about where is the father in this and where is it this and this and where is it that and that. All we have to find out right now is where is the human, where is humanity in us. Nothing political about this. And I don't care if someone called me and they told me that there was pro-GULP, pro-NNP, pro-TGM, whatever the political affiliation, that doesn't prevent me from helping them. At the end of the day, I see them as a Grenadian. I see them as an individual. I see them as a person. I see them as a human. And when we start talking about politics, politics always separate us. Oh, that person not on our side. I'm not saying that the minister said that, but a lot of people are starting to make that assertion of some sort that, oh, she's not from here, or she's not a supporter of this, or she may not be on this, or, separating ourselves. And we are really small in numbers, but we still separating ourselves, more so, making ourselves weaker and weaker and weaker. We all need to see the person as an individual, as a human. All right, 718-701-5720. That is the conversation that we want to have. Still taking your call. The folks I was calling earlier, I want you to call back if you still want to put your voice on the topic. Let me see if I could call back this person here. He was calling all along. Yeah, guys. So don't let the politics separate us more than we already separated. COVID separate us, politics separate us, tongue and country separate us. We don't need. Let me take that call. Caller, you live? You was calling earlier. I just called you back. Are you hearing me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Were you on already, or you was calling and you didn't get picked up?
I was calling and I didn't get.
Okay, so go right ahead, caller. Make your contribution.
Okay. So pleasant good evening to everyone on the program.
Yes.
My issue is that the first thing that the parliamentary representative should have done is at least empathize with the young lady, because she's in a situation and she needs help. The other issue is that everybody is coming down on her that she has so much children or anything like that. Stop thinking about the young lady, but think about the future of these children. Think about the safety of these children. What if somebody decides, okay, they could just go inside the house and anything could happen to them? There is no form of security in the house. The house is basically open sepulchre. We can all see that.
Yeah.
And she really needs the help. And to the young lady that called early on, it's very heartbreaking to hear you speak in that tone. How do you think she feels now after she hears this. You're just breaking down each other over what? It's just a piece of material. Some people get materials and they have so much that they sell it. I think we should think about each other, not just the political view about it, but just think about each other. Where is the humanity in it? It's really heartbreaking, honestly. It's heartbreaking.
Yes.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you, caller. We appreciate your input. Call on the phone line. Call on the phone line. Go right ahead. Hello? Call on the phone line. Are you hearing me? Call on the phone line. Could you hear me? All right, guys. Remember, we want you to listen to us.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, caller, are you hearing me?
I'm not hearing it through my phone.
Caller, are you hearing me? All right. Caller, you're live. Where are you calling us from?
Okay.
Go right ahead, caller.
I understand what said today with the stuff that's going on.
Yes.
You know what I mean? People need help, right? You need a lot of help these days. Sometimes you got the most money in the whole world, but sometimes at the end of the day, it must. Sometimes you don't have enough finance to support your own self, right? I think. What I'm saying to the minister, sometimes you could say you're higher up where he is right now, but some in the future might need our help this thing with too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I figure out that minister should think twice before he says statement on the radio, because people nowadays listen to what they're saying, and if they say something in the consequences, you have to understand that God is listening to all of the saying. And God don't please of how he do something. Even though a woman she man or whatever she have, that her business. She needed help. And they were sick. And they had the most thing and they want help too. The same way, Junior? Yeah? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they need the same help too. So all of us have to understand that they need to, that Mr. Dabreo need to come apologize on his radio, because he don't make no sense what he just says. Totally crap. Because at the end of the day, he found needed help and he come and beg the same public for the help too. You know what I'm saying? So I tell you, lady, just trust God. God will help us somewhere. All right?
All right. Thank you, caller. Appreciate you. We got a caller on the phone line. Caller, go right ahead.
Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night.
I'm speaking from New York.
Yes.
As a Grenadian.
Yes.
I heard a woman speak a while ago concerning this issue with her big mouth about Mr. Dabreo. Yes, she said they got a job for that young lady. Did she know what condition the lady had to leave that job? Did she know in what condition? 2, that woman has children. As I just heard, they said a fridge is propping up that house. That woman didn't hear that. Come on, she had to have a conscience. She had to have a conscience. What the hell is this?
Yes. Thank you for your contribution, caller.
Thank you.
All right, cool. 718-701-5720. Going for 5 more minutes, taking your calls live on reaction to what you just heard. Mr. Dabreo responding to the allegation of the young lady. Again, we want to say that there is a GoFundMe page that has been circulating after the story broke yesterday. I was told that the GoFundMe page had in excess of $6,000 or so. The individual just reached out to us and said that they have never sanctioned any GoFundMe page. Ridealong was never involved in creating and will never be involved in creating any GoFundMe page. They know absolutely nothing about the GoFundMe page. Nevertheless, someone is using this opportunity to make money from the situation. And that is a sad reality of what's happening now. Someone is trying to capitalize on the pain and agony that this person is going through right now. If you know about it, if you saw this GoFundMe page, I want you guys to report it, because it's not legitimate. It has not been sanctioned, and they know absolutely nothing about it. All right. We're going to take two more calls before we wrap it up. 718-701-5720 on your reaction to what was said here earlier today. You guys, you could also send a voice note if you want to communicate with us on the WhatsApp. You could also send us a voice note. We could play that back live. All right. Caller, you live? Where are you calling us from? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, go right ahead.
Play that back live. All right.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, go right ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. Yeah, I could hear you. Hello? Caller, could you hear me? All right. Seven 718-701-5720, guys. We're going to take just a few more calls before we wrap it up here. We're already a little bit over time. Hold on, someone is calling on the phone line, but whenever I try to answer it, they get disconnected. So you could try back again, or you could call on the WhatsApp, all right? Guys, we still have the information up, and if anyone wants to reach out to the young lady, we didn't make the information public. But if anybody want to reach out to assist, they could contact the Ridealong page. She do have kids, and I think that the saddest part of this whole thing is that the kids are in the middle of this. So while people might be thinking and talking politically, this have nothing to do with politics. It's about children. It's about life. It's about an individual who needs assistance. Let's jump back to the phone line. Caller, you live? Where are you calling us from?
Yes, I'm calling from London. I'm shocked. I'm disappointed because it's my parish. I don't expect that to happen in modern day Grenada. It's just embarrassing, very embarrassing to know people making noise. Just do what they have to do for the young lady. And just get it over. It's like it make headlines, it go viral, and it's embarrassing for my parish. We have community radio station in St. John's. We try to have a strong community, and I don't know. I just feel embarrassed that could happen in our community, and the parliamentary representatives should just say, all right, let me just fix the problem and get it over and done with.
Yes.
I lost for words today. I'm lost for words. I'm lost. Thank you very much.
I thank you for your input, caller. We're going to take one last call, and then we're going to wrap it up right here. Also, let me say that Ridealong Live is where everyone have a story to tell. We do encourage you guys to share your stories. We're here Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. And on Friday, we have a trivia game. So I want you guys to check us out on a Friday where we have Ride Trivia, where we get off all the stories, all of the bacchanal, all of the confusion of the world, and we just play a nice trivia family game. And that's on Friday. You guys could check us out for that. On Thursday, we have the Dear Rider. So if you have a question and you want to get your opinion on a particular question or something that's going on in your life, and you just want some advice, you could write into us at Dear Riders. And on Thursday, myself and Anselm Douglas comes in and answer your questions, pretty much. So you could write to us at Dear Rider, inbox us, right on the Ridealong page, or you could email at dearriders@gmail.com. All right? All right. Let me wrap it up here now, guys, by saying that everything don't have to be political. I've seen the conversation on both sides where people are using this as some kind of political edge. But if we do that, when we continue to do that, the young lady is not benefiting from it, right? She's not benefiting from it one bit. If you truly, genuinely want to help, you would help, right? You don't even need publicity for the assistance that you're going to provide. And people have been reaching out to her. Number of people have called me and they contacted her and they made whatever arrangement. People that are talking about looking and see how they could build something or they could, get some place for her. Genuine help, humanitarian help, because at the end of the day, what's happening is that we are paying it forward. You are actually paying it forward because I don't know today or tomorrow something might happen. I know millionaires that was millionaires. And today, because of a situation that happened to them, probably they had a traumatic brain injury or probably they had something happen to them in their life. And they came from having the millions that they was acquiring to now they're on the street. That doesn't make them a bad person. People have situation and we have to understand that it could happen to any one of us at any time. There is no, this could never happen to me. We all could succumb to this type of situation where we have to come out and ask for help. And if that is the situation and we are in that position, we would hope, at least I should say, that people don't judge you, that people don't start to look and say, well, when you was 10 years ago, you did X, Y, and Z, or whatever the situation might be. You wouldn't want people to judge you when you need help based on decision that you made in your past. I firmly believe that whenever we do good in life, the goodness would follow you. Not only you, it follow your generation and your generation and your generation and your generation. Similarly, if you choose not to do good, it follows your generation as well. So see this as an opportunity to pay it forward. If you are in a situation that you could help, reach out and help. If you can't, say a prayer. Yeah? If you can't help, doesn't make you a bad person, say a prayer for this family, this young lady, regardless of what her past was or is or whatever. Doesn't matter. She's a human being. She's in a bad position. Her children didn't ask to be a part of this. Her children didn't ask to be a part of or be in a situation where they are living in a house that they had to walk on the tippy toes, literally walk on the tippy toes. The children didn't ask for that. So take politics out of it. Take parliamentarian lines out of it. If she's from this district or this district, and just see her as an individual who needs help. And wow, it could happen to me too at any point in time. All right. My final word right here on the ride. I'm going to post the entire interview as a standalone with Mr. Dabreo. But I thank Mr. Dabero for coming on and clearing the air on what was said. Because as I said, I think that he did the right thing for coming out and at least stating his side of the story. Some people may not like what he said, but I think that coming out and speaking, because a lot of times we see people don't come out, they don't want to come out, they don't want to say nothing, but he was bold enough to at least come out and speak. All right. And I give him a lot of kudos for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of our program today. On behalf of all our technical staff here, our team Ridealong, our technical director right in the corner right there, doing an amazing job as always, Jacoby George. She is the man that making sure everything runs smoothly. My producer, senior producer, Lois JJ, big up yourself. Thank you so much. Keep me in line. My moderators, of course, we have Deanne Fraser, Kibbs, and Gail Charles. Big up yourself. and everyone. Guys, also, I got to tell you this, that in order for we to continue to do what we do every single day, we need your help. Seriously, we need your help, right? We have a very simple supporter program. If you want to assist us so we could continue to assist others, please do so. Let me play the video back and I'll tell you more about it. This is how you can support the platform.
My name is Junior George, founder and host of Ridealong Live, and I'm inviting you to become a paid subscriber to this platform. With your support of just $4.99 per month, you could do so much to help this platform grow and to help us help you and others around the world. We encourage you to click that link and become a supporter today. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Yeah, so that's how you could become a supporter of Ridealong Live. It's only $4.99, and of course, it would continue. We would help us continue to do what we're doing every single day, or laser focus, in seeing how we could help people around the world. Doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter who. That's our laser focus, and we're not getting funded by government. We're not elected by government. We're not getting support from any government. We are answerable to you. No politician run this show right here. And likewise, we can't be intimidated. Right? We can't be intimidated. So we're going to continue to share the stories. We're going to continue to push the agenda and push it hard and get the stories out there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of our program today, guys. On behalf of all our team here, we say good night. I'm going to play now a paid political advertisement.
Grenadians, you asked for change, and we are bringing the change. Change is a we thing, but change requires a contribution from all of us. Remember, one cocoa fills the basket. Make a contribution to NDC's grassroots campaign for change today. Click the link below to make your contribution. Thank you.
Williams Funeral Service serve you with dignity and compassion as you mourn. Every day, we embark on the journey of life, and one day, the journey will end. It's on that day that you can entrust the celebration of life of your loved ones to David Williams Funeral Service. Call 718-291-3823.
Do you feel sick? Are you unsure? Or need to travel, but can't afford the long, exhausting lines? Then you need to be tested for COVID-19. Here at All Pro Health Lab, you can schedule your appointment online. No wait, no lines, no hassle. And get your results back in 30 minutes or less. Call now to find out more. 516-828-1808. Our agents are always ready to help. Hear why everyone is talking about All Pro Lab. It's quick, efficient, and tests are guaranteed in 30 minutes or less with full certification. Check us out online at allprolab.com or call 516-828-1808. All Pro Health Lab. Call today.
Hello there. Let me introduce you to the Nutmeg Band. Playing in the background is the latest release, Take Me to a Party.
Take me to a party.
This music is now available on leading online stores. So please, pick up your copy today and tell all your friends about it. Get your copy now.
Take me to a party.
Well, it's on Ridealong, so it's happening here.
Came over here. What does it mean? You know, I grew up in what I guess you call a typical family.
We break all the stories, and that's just a fact. And that's why everyone has a story to tell.
Ridealong live. I mean, yeah, it's the real deal.